I am back. After not posting on this channel for about 5 years, I have decided to reconnect with you guys, reconnect with my audience, and explain where have I been for the past 5 years. Now, let's rewind a little bit. I first started this channel by posting my music video, What I Do, and it was such a special moment in my life. I was maybe, yeah, it was a long time ago. Maybe I was like 21 or something, 2021. And it was a pivotal moment in my life, in my career, where I was just able to put my professional music career out there for the first time for people to listen to vibe to judge. And that had an incredible amount of repercussion. I had in total more than 200,000 views, thousands of streams on the music streaming platforms, hundreds of comments, family, friends, people that know me and like my artistry were all of a sudden messaging me, congratulating me on my success. And the reality is, I couldn't be happier in that moment. I felt like I was truly aligned with my purpose. I was to do exactly that. I've always liked music. I always knew I could sing, but that was indeed the confirmation of it all. And then, and then life happened. I've always wanted to build a brand of my own. I've always saw myself as an entrepreneur. Always saw myself outside of the 9 to 5 uh, work environment. So always saw myself as a creative, as a strategist, and always as something more than one thing. I knew I could sing. I knew I could write music, but I also knew I was great at talking, great at communicating, great at getting my point across people, great at understanding people, connecting the dots. And not only did I share that music video, I also shared with you guys podcasting content because then I created my own Mary's World podcast where I discussed autobiographies, especially around Black women that I so admire. I actually read these books. Like, this is true. I would read the books and then talk to you guys about it. And that also had fantastic repercussion. Then I also shared content more behind the scenes style. Whenever I have a photo shoot, I would film the whole process and I would have so much fun with it. I mean, I did a more of a classy behind the scenes photo shoot, and then I had a streetwear behind the scenes photo shoot. Both of them had incredible repercussions. People loved it, family, friends. Visually was great. I worked with a fantastic videographer and I, again, loved it, right? So you must be asking yourself, then why did you stop? What happened? Well, long story short, I can say I felt rather overwhelmed. The reality is, I didn't have a clear team with me back in Portugal. I'm originally from a tiny little island in West Africa called São Tomé e Príncipe, but I grew up in Lisbon, Portugal all my life. And I didn't feel like I had a strong team where I was based to help me make the better decisions around my artistry and regarding my ownership as well. So the only thing I knew how to do was, well, I can pivot. So that's exactly what I did. I pivoted into, surprisingly enough, a 9 to 5, but that to me didn't feel like a 9 to 5. I have worked in the podcasting industry for more than almost 4 years. I don't work with that anymore, in a 9 to 5 format, but I will explain to you what happened. So, more than being an artist, a model sometimes, a communicator, I'm also very big on academia. All right, I like to study. I've always been encouraged by my parents to study. You know, I'm African, so uh, I have an African and Latin American background. My mom is Cuban, my dad is from São Tomé, and so they both instilled in me the importance of educating yourself, of studying, of going to school, of knowing how to study. And I have to say, I love studying. I love studying anything except math, though I do like studying money, and we'll get into that in a bit, you know, rather in a few moments. So they always encouraged me to study. I always liked studying, so that's exactly what I did. I finished my bachelor's in journalism, and then I went to study my master's in marketing and advertising. And I did my master's thesis specifically on entertainment podcasts and marketing. Yep, I did that. And when I did that, I got an internship in an amazing American company that was, focused on podcasting, audio technology. And you guys, I had a blast. To me, it didn't feel like a 9 to 5 at all. Um, I would go on these amazing trips and host panels with independent podcasters that were people that I've always dreamt of talking. Like, picture it like, let's think about, for example, Call Her Daddy. And I've never spoken to her, by the way, but let's say that was your ultimate dream, and was able to talk to these kind of people, host panels with them, understand podcasting as a whole. And I mean, it was creative, it was storytelling. I had a blast. It was fantastic. But at the same time, then I had less time to make music and less time to focus on my creative projects. So that wasn't ideal. That wasn't ideal to keep up with the channel, to keep up with everything. So I decided to take a step back and focus on podcasting. And I had a lot of fun, like I said. I learned a lot for my own purposes, for working in the industry, for working a 9 to 5, trying to climb this corporate ladder thing. And I was even promoted as marketing coordinator. And that was great. But you guys, I feel like when you are you, especially as a creative, you know you are a creative, it gets a little bit tricky, because all of a sudden I ask myself some important questions. Is this really what I want to do? Do I see my life as someone who has a leadership role in corporate? Is this what I actually want to do? Well, the answer seemed to be no. And that was an interesting period of my life because not only was I considering leaving something super stable and that had given me a lot of joys, but wasn't really taking me to the direction I wanted. I also had made the decision to move countries. So I left Portugal and I am now living in Sweden. You must be thinking this girl is just, I mean, everywhere. Yep, I am everywhere and anywhere at the same time. But yeah, so I essentially made the decision to step out of that role and to then continue to be in Sweden, which has been an adventure. Because as you know, especially when you move, you are in a vulnerable position. If you don't know the language, if you don't have, a job right where you live. And so that was my situation. I all of a sudden I had to take jobs, and I had never taken before, let's say maybe surface jobs, not surface, service jobs. Um, I really dedicated myself into studying Swedish, so I did like and up until like A2 level. Now I'm studying, continuing to study Swedish, which brings me so much joy. I can understand what people say, I can talk back. I'm not fluent yet, but I can have a little conversation, and that makes me feel very good. I also love learning languages, by the way. But all of this to say, I've had all of these experiences, and now I am back. Okay. Now, I don't really know how I feel in regards to music because I have changed so much as a person. I think I recorded that, or at least released that when I was 21. I am 28 now. So I have changed a lot. Um, I've had many, many, many different life experiences. So, I mean, a lot of things have changed. Also, musically, I think I'm always going to love R&B. I still love R&B. But maybe musically, I'm thinking about something else. Um, and yeah, but I think music is coming. I'm not too sure, but what will be coming is definitely videos of me reviewing books that I love, especially autobiographies, especially women. I want to bring that content back to the YouTube channel, back to this channel. And I also would love to bring back behind the scenes photo shoot moments for you guys. So I just wanted to come on here, tell you a little bit about where I've been, what I think should be the future of this channel if you stick along with me, and I hope you do, because more book reviews are coming, more behind the scenes photo shoots are coming, more vlogs about my life, where I'm going, what I aim to go, and I hope you stay there as you have continued to stay. And I hope you trust that I won't disappear again. I promise you I won't. And thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is my channel. And this was created in a moment where I felt I could be 100% myself. I felt that this was the beginning of me writing my own story according to my own terms, and be 100% myself. And all of your support just made me be more confident in what exactly I wanted to do and who I exactly wanted to be. So thank you for being there. Thank you for not leaving. Thank you for believing in me. After all these years, I know people are still watching my content, listening to my songs, and I hope we continue that way. I wish you all the very best. Thank you for sticking along, and let's see each other on the next video of the Mary's World channel. Bye bye.